I am Mr. Mullins, and this is Dr. McCarthy. We come from PALMVIEW, which a lot of you will be going to for your middle school. Okay? And what we are doing today is we're gonna showcase some of the things that we have, some of the programs that we have that you can pick as sixth graders. Two of our main programs, one being orchestra, which Dr. McCarthy teaches, and WADs. How many of you guys are familiar with WADs? You heard of WADs? Now, I've seen some WAD boxes in the back of the stage there, so I know some of you fifth graders have had some of that WAD science. Have you heard of WADs? You know who Steve Wozniak is? No? Do you have, how many of you have an iPhone? So you have an iPhone, so you know that iPhone is made by Apple, right? Well, Steve Wozniak is a co-founder of Apple Computer. And what he did after his long stint at Apple is that he created an educational program to bring cutting edge technology down to you guys, from K to employment, with the idea that you guys can develop an engineering mindset and you get access to all kinds of tools and technology that you wouldn't normally see. Wouldn't normally see even for a lot of high schoolers that wouldn't see these until they got into college. And still, some college kids don't even get to see this until they get out into the real world. Now, PALMVIEW is the first school in the nation to be a WASP career pathway school. We still are the only school in Manatee County that has all 10 of the pathways, and these are those 10 pathways. Okay? The pathways, each one of them being animation, artificial intelligence, AR/VR, which is augmented reality and virtual reality, coding, cybersecurity, data science, drones, engineering, mobile development, and robotics. You get to learn about all of those when you come into PALMVIEW. As a sixth grader, you get 6 of the 10 pathways your very first year. You get animation, that's what I teach. I teach animation, AR/VR, I teach engineering, and I teach mobile development, all the sixth grade. Sixth grade also gets robotics and drones and coding. Okay? Now, a lot of these you guys might not know what they are exactly, and that's okay. Animation, we focus a lot on stop motion animation, play animation. How many of you guys have seen The Nightmare Before Christmas? Okay, that's play animation, that's stop motion animation, where you make a puppet, you move it, take a picture, move it, take a picture, move it, take a picture, and you string all those pictures together and you have yourself a little movie. Your character's moving. You learn how to do that with me. I got some animation stuff to show you too on the slide here in a moment, not just yet, Dr. McCarthy, where we make flip books. And then we go into stop motion animation where we use things found in my classroom, and then we learn how to do claymation, where you're building stuff out of clay, you animate that, and then we film it, and we put it in our yearbook, actually. And I publish it in our yearbook. For AR/VR, augmented reality, virtual reality, how many of you guys have ever played Pokemon Go? And with your Pokemon Go, have you ever done it to where you can see that Pokemon on your friend's face? That is AR, that's augmented reality. You learn how to build that stuff. I teach you how to build augmented reality objects. And I'm going to show you here in a moment augmented reality piece that we did building a space station. Okay? Let's go into mobile development. How many of you guys like to play games? Mobile games, video games. Great, because in mobile development, I teach you how to build games. Okay? How to build games, and, not done yet. I teach you how to build games, and these games you can actually play and send to your friends, your family. And if you get enough plays, it gets put on the company's website, and the whole world gets to play them. Okay? And again, I publish those games in our yearbooks. In engineering, how many of you know what a 3D printer is? How many of you actually use the 3D printer? Great, because I have 11 of them, and we run them non-stop. And you learn how to use 3D printing when I start teaching engineering. The whole fourth quarter of my year is engineering and nothing but 3D printing. Okay? Things like this little guy right here, this is a brain. This is a scan of an actual brain that we have 3D printed. But this is like a little trinket. But for our science classes, when you have science projects, this is a cell structure. So for our science kids, to complete some of their science projects, I allow them to come into my classroom, work on their projects, and then they get to 3D print their things, their objects, their projects, and then they can show that for science fairs or turn that into their project. Okay? With some of these, and the reason why I added, if you look at, like, let's say drones, for example, drones, you're not flying a toy drone. We don't teach you toy drones. It's not playing drones. We teach you real drones, how to file flight plans, how to properly inspect your drone. And we can't get you quite set up for taking the test, but there's a test that when you turn 16, you can actually fly a drone and make real money. And if you look there, if you know how to fly a drone and you like film, you could make anywhere from $200 to $500 an hour flying a drone with the camera attached to it. Makes you wonder why I'm still teaching you how to fly drones. All right, robots. How many of you like robots? Okay, robots. Robotics engineers take anywhere from 60 to 120,000 a year. We have a lot of robots. Maybe we brought some robots for you guys to check out. How many of you have ever seen an automobile manufacturing plant that has those robotic arms that are building the car? Alright, we have one of those too. We have a robotic arm that you guys learn how to program, and that's real deal programming. That's not block coding. That's not Scratch. That's real deal programming that you can actually go out into the job force and actually get a job programming robots. Right down the street in Ruskin is Amazon's warehouse that uses robots like those to fill your orders. You know how to program those. You will know how to program those by the time you leave 8th grade to run automated programs. Okay? How many of you know what hacking is? How many of you know what a black hat hacker is?
Hacker?
What is a black hat hacker? Black hat. A black hat hacker is an offensive hacker. They hack into things, they mess things up, they do lots of damage. What about a white hat hacker?
Well, you can teach us.
What's a white hat hacker? What's in the back? What's a white hat?
Gentlemen, last chance.
No? You bailing on me? A white hat doesn't hack into you. Okay? A white hat hacker is a defensive hacker. They're the one that's stopping all the black hats. You learn in our cybersecurity how to become a white hat hacker by hacking your classmates. It is knowledge, but what is artificial intelligence? An object that has a mind of its own, that does things for itself, right? You know what an Amazon Alexa is? Yeah. Google Home? Yeah. That's artificial intelligence. You learn how to program Amazon Alexas and Google Homes in our artificial intelligence course. Okay? Now, those are the 10 pathways. They are the only 10 pathways, and we're the only school in Manatee County that has all 10 of them. at 6th grade, like I said, you get 6 of the 10. You'll get the rest of them in 7th and 8th grade. But 6 out of the 10 your first year. That's intro to technology. So when you get your little forms to fill out for PALMVIEW for middle school, make sure you select intro to technology. That's me. I teach those 6 classes, okay? In addition to some other ones. But after this slide, Ms. McCarthy, I have a few animations to show you guys, and then we'll let Ms. McCarthy, she's going to play a little piece for you. This is one of our flip books. Keep in mind that a flip book is a drawing. So those are a bunch of drawings that have been stacked together in a flip. We just put pictures of each one. And next one, next slide. This is Playmation. Tell me what it says. But through the iPad that we work with, you design and you create your structure, and then you set it up so that way you can then navigate your entire structure. Okay? There's a bunch of little projects that lead up into this project. And my students have to give a narrated tour of their moon base as well. Is there one more? Is that it? That's it? All right. So that's it for me. Dr. McCarthy is going to come up and play a little piece for you. After she's done, then we'll let you guys kind of get up, and we got some things for you to look at. I got some drones, some TSA stuff, some robots, and some AR pieces. And we will also take questions.
It's not all Mozart and Beethoven, obviously, but those guys really are the best at it. Okay, so you guys don't know how to really play them yet, although does anyone play? Not yet? Okay. Kind of? Right, so when you get a chance to try them back there, remember you're going to be one person at a time on them. You'll just pick up the bow, just kind of hold it any way you can. Don't worry, it's not going to be perfect right now. Or you can keep the bow in and just pluck like a guitar. And see how my fingers move around? So you guys can put fingers down and change the notes. Right, that's how you change notes. You just hold the string down in different places. Also, you can do some sound effects if you like. On all of the instruments I have here, you can slide around.
Scary.
Sound effects. My finger up and down a little bit, and that's it. You guys can just try out some notes, just make sounds. You know, so the strings are all different. You can do that. All right, so let me get you one back here. So this one, I'm not going to touch this guy. I'm going to put him away. But I have the same one. I have a violin back here for you guys. I have the top right here. Okay, so violin. Viola. Sounds lower. It's got this low one, so viola sounds lower. And you have a cello here. I could not bring the big one. I couldn't bring the double bass because it's too heavy to carry. I didn't want to. Okay, but so you can play the double bass, and playing the double bass is like playing an electric bass guitar. It's just like this way. Okay. But the cello, you have to sit down.
These are some robots. Like this one works with light. This guy, you set the dial, it starts to drive. Laser cutter, we took a
Yeah, they make it.